So I thought we'll do a little forecourt tour. I think we'll put figures up, but I won't say them because otherwise you'll just hear me say a million numbers. So if we do like a little, what I paid for it, what I've got in it, what it's selling for, potential profit. It's worth noting before you read all these figures, I don't mechanically prep the car unless they need stuff doing to drive all right. So if they run and drive all right, that's fine. They sell like that and then I prep them. So these figures and the potential profit doesn't include it going through the workshop for 12 months advisory MOT and a service. And that can range anywhere between a couple £100 to £1,000 depending on what it needs for advisories. So that's worth noting. And then some of these will need paintwork as well, but not many. But I'll probably mention that. So yeah, at the moment we're quite lightly stocked. We've got a few that aren't here. I'll probably go through the ones we have in stock, then the ones we've sold, and then some of the headaches, and then the ones coming in as well. Normally we want to be having about 30 in, don't we? So at the moment I think we've only got 20 up for sale, 21 up for sale. So just thought it'd be nice while this isn't completely rammed to do a quick tour of what we have in at the moment. This one, doing a video on it, probably won't be out by the time you see this, so it's probably the first time you'll see it. Fiat 500 convertible, I think it's done 40,000 miles, or is it 60? I can't even remember. But figures are here. Needs some paint work, but it's not too bad. Had a good valet. I'll do like a Fiat 500. This one's the twin air. Next to it, Vauxhall Crossland, never had one. I think it's a 2019 on a 68 plate. It is a 1.2 turbocharged. I think it's turbocharged, petrol, and my God, it's slow. It's not a big car, but it's quite big, and it feels real underpowered, personally, anyway. That's my own take on it. I'm not really selling them, but yeah. This you would have seen. Another Fiat 500, part of the trading up series we're doing. Hopefully I won't have that too much longer so we can get on with the trading up series, but that's quite a nice thing, is, you know, low mileage. I think it's done 37,000 miles. This white Sportage is not mine. It's got a gear linkage issue that they're going to sort out with the garage on site, so you can ignore that. This Mercedes, we're actually doing a video on it because we're going to paint all the wheels and make everything gloss black, which I think is sacrilege, but apparently it'll sell better, so we'll see, because every time I get a Mercedes in, it takes forever to sell, so we shall see. It's quite a nice thing. It's got half decent margin in it. This Peugeot 308 had many 308s, not had an estate before. This is an estate. It's a manual. It's got the Citroen Berlingo engine in it, the 1.6 HDI that are bulletproof. In fact, so does that, and a load of other cars still have them in. It's only done 46,000 miles, lovely. Slight thing wrong with it, the clutch. I think either master cylinder or slave cylinder needs bleeding or something, because the clutch pedal gets stuck halfway down when you press it. That's still under BCA assured. I only had that in a couple days, so BCA will sort that out. This ST you've seen because we've done a video on it versus that really low mileage Corsa VXR. The Corsa VXR sold pretty quick. It's still got this ST. Reason being, I think it's higher mileage because it's on a 2017 plate. Bumper and headlights need redoing, really. The bumper don't fit right. I haven't really had time to look for a matching bumper. I think that bumper's had some damage and it's been repaired in the past. Headlight brackets are broken, so I need to sort that, but you can still view it, test drive it, and then we can sort it. So it's kind of been put on the back burner. This Mini, I've had ages. I don't know why, it's lovely. It's British Racing Green, 70-odd thousand miles. I think my theory is you can get a 1.2 and you can get 1.5. The 1.2s you can insure, the 1.5s you can't as a first-time driver. It's also 3-door, so maybe, but it's a Mini, so most of them are 3-door. This one was in our first video and the tent fell on, remember the pole fell on the Mini bonnet and ruined it, so yeah. Oh, something's just fallen on my Mini. Have a look. You might want to cut this bit. That's how long we've had it. This white Focus, I think it's a 2017 on a 66 plate. That's done 80,000 miles, but I had a lot of paint work done on it. It's lovely, drives lovely. No interest on it, don't know why. That's what you would buy. Like if I were you, that's got the 1.6 or 1.5 Citroen Berlingo engine, it's all the same. Bulletproof, good car. Like if you just want a family car, £7,000, can't go wrong with it, but no interest in it at all. Something I will stop doing is buying Dacias, because people swear by them, but I can't f***ing sell them. I thought it was because I kept buying low spec ones that were white, but this one's a high spec Lorette, so sat nav and, you know, parking set, well, high spec for a Dacia. But, you know, they've got good margin in and not too many miles. I think it's on 80, but it's got the 1.5 diesel in it. Renault engine, good engine. So I don't really know why it struggled to sell. It's quite a nice colour, nice spec. I struggle with them, I always do, so I'll probably stop buying them. I've got a white Fabia Monte Carlo. That's quite nice, drives lovely. That's quite a bit of money. I think it's up for 7,400, but it's quite a nice thing. I think they kind of look like a VRS. It's got red seats, this one. It's got a pan roof, some stuff. That Micra in the corner I've had ages as well. I probably had that nearly 3 months. It's done 30,000 miles. Who doesn't? When I bought that, I thought that's going to sell. 30,000 mile Micra. Not one person's come seen it. I think it's sat in that corner the whole time. I don't even know if it starts. Next to it over there, it's a bit tight in near main road. I've got a 2017 Nissan Juke. That's a diesel on about 80k. Always do well out of Dukes. They're all right. I've not had loads of interest on it, but you know, someone will buy it. I've had a few inquiries on it, but that's about it. Next to that is probably a mistake of mine, which I'm gonna have to sort out. But I bought a Citroen Berlingo, but it's a wheelchair access vehicle. So it's got a ramp in the back instead of seats. I don't know what I was doing. There's probably good margin in it, but for some reason my Auto Trader's not coming up as a wheelchair access vehicle. So I keep getting inquiries on it, but they think it's got seats in the back. I then moan at Auto Trader, why is it not coming up as a WAV, they call it, a wheelchair access vehicle, and they can't fix it. So I'll figure that out. I might have to trade that out. I've got 2 Vauxhall Mockers, one's 7,200, one's 4.5. I think that's done 50-odd thousand miles on a petrol. This has done 99 on a diesel. I sell a lot of them. I don't personally like them, but they're good. This Suzuki I was meant to sell this month, like last week, but the finance pulled out, so I got it all prepped. Also, this paintwork down the side, I don't know if you can see, is awful, so that needs to be redone. It's awful. It looks like I've done it with a rattle can and filler and a bit of sandpaper, but yeah, shame, because I got that prepped and ready, and then finance failed on it. This Peugeot, apart from someone, one of the builders that were here, has dinged the door, by the way. Have you seen that? It's bad. It's bad, isn't it? Yeah, that sucks. Dead man will hopefully get that out, but it's kind of on a swage line. This I nearly sold actually last weekend, and I had some walk-ins and they loved it, but their budget was 5 grand. This was 7,300. She was literally about to pay the rest on a credit card, and then for some reason I spoke her out of it, saying you could probably get one for your budget. And she did. She went elsewhere and bought a different one for her budget. But sometimes you just try and be honest and hope it repays you, but it didn't this time. I've got a lovely brown C-Max. I actually had 2 C-Maxes, one an old 58 plate purple one. That's sold. This is an automatic as well, but this is a diesel. It's a horrible colour. It's got marks all over it. Probably not my best buy. It's got decent margin in it for a cheap car. I didn't pay very much for it, so I've had 1 viewing on it already, but I'll be honest, she was a bit nuts. She wasn't a bit nuts, she was f***ing mental, to be honest, but yeah, she was all over the place. But yeah, what else? So let's talk through the headaches I've got. This Adam S I sold 2 months ago. Oh yeah, he bought it on finance. Unfortunately, we had some issues with it while we were getting the car ready to do with the ABS sensor, and it was a big headache. We had chase around he didn't have the car for a month or 2 months or something. I paid his first month's finance because he didn't have it for the first month, so I thought it was fair to pay it because he hasn't had it. And then when he did get it, he had it 3 days. He's curbed 3 of the wheels, the bumper don't fit right, and also overheated and the fuel pump shit itself. So I don't know how or what happened. Oh, and then the ABS fault came back on. I've got it back. Oh, now the indicator stopped working. It's a bit of, I don't know what's going on. It's all fixed now, apart from the indicator, but that's just a bulb. It's all fixed now. It turned out the thermostat was sticking, fuel pump itself, and there was a split in the tank, hence why it was losing coolant as well in the coolant tank. What else? Oh, and the ABS issue was a different ABS issue, and it was a brake light switch. So hopefully now that's all done and sorted, he'll get that back. I need to give it another clean before I give it back to him. That's my own car, so ignore that. This Beetle, you would have seen a video on, still got it. No one wants it. Right, so now we're done with the boot. And it cost me so little, it can just sit in the corner. Normally this is full of part exchanges, but I've been trying to keep on top of it so I don't collect 52 things and have no space. Cars that aren't here, I've got a, similar to the white Fabia Monte Carlo, we'll put photos up and figures. I've got a blue Fabia that's up at paint, that just needed the sills painting and pulling out because she hit a low curb, but then the painter somehow scratched down the whole side of it with his chair without realising because he was painting the car and it was behind him. Anyway, so that's been done. There's a really low, I think I've got a 20,000 mile silver Kia Venga up there as well. Not very interesting. You'll see the BCA photo. I've had it probably a month, but it's just been in a queue for paint. Well, I've got a white BMW, you would have seen a video on. I've still got, I've just lent that out for the weekend to a friend. Oh yeah, I've got a 2004 Micra that someone drove into a corner of a house. We'll probably do a video on that because I was going to fix it, but it's just sat up at paint as well. So I might try and do that myself, and you can all see how useless I am because I think it needs a crash bar, a front bumper, a radiator, because when you open the bonnet you see it's been into the corner of a house. So I bought a couple of things today. One's okay. I think it's a bit older than I normally do. It's a 1962. 62 plate, 2012. Oh yeah, 2012. Vauxhall Mariva, another one. I do love a Vauxhall Mariva. Automatic diesel, 30,000 miles. We'll put a photo of it. Automatic as well, yeah. Full service history, or 7 services as well. That was good. It's red, but you know, we'll see. And then what happened was Lewis behind the camera here showed me this car that was going through at like, what was it, 100 quid. It was about to expire at 100 quid. He just says, look at the state of this, shows me the camera. No, his phone. And I just, my intrusive thoughts go, it won't go for 150 quid, just swipe. So I bid 150 quid on it and I won it. I didn't even look what it was. So I've won a Picasso 56 plate. It's actually a 2007, 118,000 miles, total loss, category D. It looks like they've started breaking it already. All the bits of trim are missing off it. I think I paid 150 quid for it. I think it owes me 300 quid with fees, and then I'm not gonna go get it. It has no report. I don't even know if it runs. So we'll do a video on that accidental purchase. Is that everything? I think that's everything, yeah. We're about to, when I say expand, I think this is staying the same, but we're gonna ram it full, and I'm gonna rent some extra space elsewhere and I think I'm gonna try and get about 30 cars up for sale with about 35, 40 in, something like that, rather than 20, 25. So there should be a lot more content to film. I can't believe that. Anyway, right, yeah, so that's it. Just see how uninteresting it is. Should we show them my office? It's not done. Oh no, they've just moved the stairs. It's a building site up there, so never mind. Yeah, all right, cool.